Good morning, everyone. We're so glad to have you all here. Some lovely messages coming through in the chat. My name is Raz, and we're joined today with the TikTok team, as well as Alex from ChatFood. And we're going to be doing a webinar on how to level up your restaurant using TikTok and ChatFood. So very, very excited. Lots of great educational information in this. Very enlightening for me as well when the team first presented it to me. So we're very, very glad to have everyone here. So my name is Raz. I'm the marketing lead at ChatFood. And also allow me to introduce Alex Augusti from Just Food DXB, as well as I'll be speaking on behalf of another Alex from Burger 28, one of our favorite homegrown local brands. So right now I'll just pass over to Jochen, who's going to introduce the TikTok team.
Thank you, Raz, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the co-led QSR Industry Summit between ChatFood and TikTok. We're extremely delighted to have you in the room and for you to spend an hour with us in arguably the busiest period of your year. My name is Jochen. I'm the head of the consumer business partnerships at TikTok, and I'm joined today by the vertical experts for restaurants, which are Leah and George, and TikTok's SME lead, Rana Barakat.
Cool. So today this webinar has 4 different parts. So at the beginning, we'll introduce what ChatFood is and what TikTok is. Then we're going to pass it over to the TikTok team where they'll explain the value proposition for restaurants. And then we'll move over to Alex, who's going to talk about TikTok from a content creator's perspective and what he's found from the platform. Finally, we'll move on to a success story from a ChatFood and TikTok associated restaurant, Burger 28, and I'll be speaking on their behalf. Without further ado, allow me to begin with what is ChatFood? So I'm sure a bunch of you know this already, who are our partners, but for those of you that don't know, ChatFood is a complete online ordering and restaurant marketing solution, and it's at 0% commission. So basically, we divide our value proposition into 3 sections, which is selling direct, selling again, and then selling more, basically. So what selling direct means is that it empowers you to own your sales channels and to sell directly to your customer without someone else in between, basically. So your ordering system is a link, it's not an app. So you're not closed behind someone else's application. And because it's a link, you can use it anywhere that you can use a link. So across all sales channels, you can monetize your online audience in order to decrease the purchase friction between seeing your content and then purchasing. And if you'd like, you can visit at Healthy Bites UAE and you can go and test the menu for yourself. Now, after you've established a relationship with your customers and you're selling direct to them, we enable you to sell again. So we've got a customizable loyalty program, we've got automatic reactivation reminders. All of this is in your control and it enables you to improve your customer retention. Finally, you can access your customer data, which is very important, and as well as when combined with our advanced paid social media and SMS marketing services, you can reach more hungry customers that are more likely to convert. And again, it's important to enunciate that we are very community oriented, and to date, 4,000 plus restaurants have saved over $7 million worth that would have otherwise gone to commission. So at ChatFood, we believe that you should own your profits, you should own your customer relationships, and that's why we started the SOS movement, or the Support Local, Order Direct, and Save More movement. Cool. So now we're going to pass it over to Jochen, who's going to introduce us to TikTok. Jochen, if you could just unmute. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Raz. Indeed, ChatFood, a very valuable proposition that I've seen come to life for restaurants of all sizes. What I'm in the room today is to give you a similar intro to TikTok as a platform and the general value propositions that we have to brands as well as to users. Before our vertical experts, Leah and George, will refine this value proposition to restaurants of all sizes and start showcasing the synergies between a TikTok and a ChatFood. But one thing at a time, the what we want to kick off is introducing what is the revolutionary aspect about TikTok as a platform. Taking a step back in time in terms of media consumption and how we used to consume media in offline channels, be it on newspaper, be it on TV, to a large extent, how we still consume it, even in the out-of-home space. We called that a context graph, meaning content was being built and placed contextually to an audience in a contextual environment, with other content. At some point, the knowledge graph came along, so users clearly intending or showcasing an intent and what they're looking for. Google obviously played a key role here. This is now in the 2000s. This put a bit more structure and consumption into the overall ecosystem of knowledge and the available content that is out there. At some point, the Big Blue app and Instagram came along and evolved into a social graph, meaning there were algorithms that predominantly served content based on the social signals that you as a user would send, or that you as a user would collect from your environment. So meaning the people that you followed, the friendship that you had built, maybe the brands that you had followed would determine algorithmically the content that you're being served within a newsfeed. Now, the revolutionary aspect about TikTok is after the social graph, we developed a content graph. That meaning on your first visit to TikTok, you don't have a single friend, you don't have a connection, you don't have a follower, but we start serving you content based on your behavior and preferences purely around the actual consumption of content that you're displaying on the platform. So it is not determined by friends. It is not necessarily determined by brands. It is purely determined by the algorithmic signals that you're sending in terms of preference, dwell time, passion for different areas of content. And that's what creates the stickiness around the platform and has led to the tremendous success of the platform. It's not the only element that has set up for success. Overall, TikTok has become the last sunny corner of the internet. So it is a platform that generates a lot of joy and positivity. And our community tells us that this is a particular reason on why they go to TikTok versus other social platforms. So people come here to have fun. People come here to be enlightened. People come here because they enjoy the community and the positivity of the content that is being displayed. And that is an equity that we take very dearly to our hearts and that we try to strive in, that we take as a key aspect when it comes to brand safety, when it comes to community management, and what fits into the community guideline and what doesn't. So we always want to be a place of joy and reflect the positivity that the content has on our broader audience. So the content graph in combination with the positivity equity is what led to tremendous success globally, where we've been probably the fastest downloaded app and the fastest growing app around the world. And this success also reflects on how we've been doing in the MENAT region. So in the core markets of Saudi or of Kuwait, 1 in 3 people in the population by now is a TikTok user. Or in a market like the UAE, this goes further, where we've now penetrated roughly 50% of the population. And beyond the actual usage, it is really the stickiness of the platform that has stood out. So what you see here on the right are 2 key metrics in terms of total daily time spent within the platform, within the core MENAT markets. So you see almost an hour is the average time spent within the platform. And it does reflect on the average session in duration, which is over 6 minutes, which is tremendously long in duration compared to other digital platforms. So expressing the stickiness of the content and the joy that is being created within our users. Now, TikTok is different on many fronts, not only the joy and positivity that we make shine throughout the internet, but also the way the content and with that the ad model is being built. So first and foremost, TikTok always occupies the full vertical screen. So at all times, an impression that you're delivering on TikTok turns into a full video view that occupies a full screen, and with that eliminates the room for distraction, the room for competitors to be on the screen, and with that fully occupies the share of mind of our users and of our audience. It's also a screen that you use in isolation and not in combination with other screens as so many other media, social media platforms. So there's a very small share of TikTok users that use TikTok while, for example, they're watching TV. But with the vast majority of people, they go to TikTok as their only screen and to experience this immersion into the content and into the joy that I alluded to earlier. And a key element to that is then that sound is usually enabled. So there's very few people that use TikTok in a muted environment. And I think that's intuitive simply because TikTok content comes to life best when fully consumed with audience on, with audio on. And you'll see a few meaningful examples of that from our creator. We have Alex in the room today, as well as from our vertical experts on how this best comes to life for restaurants of all sizes. Now, ultimately, you're here as marketers and you're here to generate business results. So I want to leave you on exactly that note. How does TikTok and this unique model in content creation work for our partners and work for our brands? And I think the recently most famous case that you may have come across, I don't know, on your LinkedIn's or probably on various social platforms, and definitely on TikTok, is a user called 420 Dogface 8. Who on his way to work, his car broke down. He took this very lighthearted, in a very joyful manner. He gets on his skateboard and he happened to consume a beverage while recording himself is skating away from his car. Now that beverage is called Ocean Spray and it's a pretty famous cranberry juice in the United States. And you see here by some of the headlines depicted on the right, what this one piece of content that was shot without a commercial motive in mind ultimately led to. So the song behind this, and I'll play it in a second, repenetrated the top 10 charts in the US after 30 years. The company CEO jumped on this trend pretty agilely and recorded a similar video. This particular content of the user absolutely exploded and he is today famous. But most importantly, the TikTok community pulled along and recreated this particular moment at scale. And what did it lead to for the business? The Ocean Spray share went up tremendously and the item was sold out on most of the shelves across the United States. So great example of using TikTok content to reinvigorate brand love in the upper funnel, but also driving people to actually refine their passion for a brand and grab it off the shelf. So some of the results that I just voiced over quickly away on the next slide, including the infamous song that's going to be in your ear for the rest of the day. I want to leave you on the note that these results are also visible in MENAT or in our core markets. And while we don't have this, this bomb of a viral case just yet, we want to assure you that we drive brand love and health and brand equity at scale. So what you see here is a comparison in red, the TikTok equity uplifts that we generate versus the Kantar social norm. So Kantar being the third-party institution that measures brand equity in our markets. And you see here that in many of these metrics, like brand awareness, like favorability, even like intent, we generate 2x the actual Kantar norm, which includes most of the other digital platforms. That's in the upper funnel. We know that many of you who look after a restaurant chain probably have top of mind how we're driving app installs and how we help you in the conversion space, how we try to help you in your first party data game enhancement, and how we try to help you win loyalty. And then some of the restaurants that we have on the call that are not quite as far in the maturity stage probably have a lot of questions on how to get started with the media and targeting. And all of you have one challenge, and that is how do I build the right content? And we have the right experts in the room. So I hand over next to Leah and George to talk you through the TikTok value proposition for restaurants and the 7 golden rules that we have for you.
Thank you, Jochen. Good morning, everyone. So like Jochen mentioned, basically we'll be taking you through the value proposition for restaurants from TikTok. Now, before we get started, it's important to note that there's a lot of content on TikTok. So content that varies from basically beauty to lifestyle, comedy, entertainment, etc. But then when you look at the food content and food categories on TikTok, you can see that there's a lot also that's created. So you have hundreds of hashtags, millions of videos, and billions of views for food content on the platform. And TikTok democratizes content creation for foodies and restaurants. So it all starts with the Discover page on TikTok, where you can find basically all the trending hashtags, everything people are talking about, whether food hashtags or recipe hashtags, etc. And then jump on these trends and try to create content that's trending and that will go viral on the platform. And the second most important tab is the Create tab. And this is what allows you to really create content, whether you're a user, a brand, a business, basically creating content, leveraging our edit tools, our music and sounds, and our effects. So I'm going to show you 2 examples now. The first one is highlighting how a whole community jumped on a trend that started from one of Adele's songs and Jelly Beans. And then this navigated through M&Ms, puppies, and even McDonald's.
Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? One more time.
And like we mentioned, editing tools really allow you to create fun and engaging content. And that's a very basic example of what you can find on TikTok.
Is like, woo. She say she wanna dance, but she don't know how to. Woo. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star. Woo. Her name is Jenny, ooh, bitch don't have no panties. Woo. I'm Steph Curry when I.
And this allows basically foodies and the community to create and consume diversified content, and not necessarily within one vertical, but within talent. We're not talking about being chefs here, but any sort of talent. People on TikTok love to show off their talent, just like this example from Chipotle.
Do the Chipotle lid flip challenge. It's this easy. Wow, I can't believe I got that. What's up, guys? I'm doing the Chipotle.
Comedy is also a huge vertical that navigates within multiple categories, like this example from one of our users who's very excited about the Travis Scott burger at McDonald's.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you today?
It's lit.
Yo, get me that Travis Scott burger. I'm sorry, sir, but this offer isn't available in the UAE right now. Hey, what do you mean not available? Wallah, call Aboud. Sir, calm down. There's no need to call Aboud. Hello, Aboud. Hi, welcome.
ASMR is also a huge vertical, and some of the content is very catchy. And finally, reviews. So we see tons of restaurant reviews on TikTok, just like this one.
I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you. Don't want to, but I can't put nobody else above you. I hate you, I love you, I hate that.
So this creates a space for businesses to connect with the food community in meaningful ways, create content aligned with what's going viral, and tap into trends that are created on TikTok. As a business, you can connect with your audience, inspire, co-create with them, and entertain them. When businesses show up on TikTok, basically, it's not advertising, it's meaningful connections. And from here, we introduce our 7 golden rules for restaurant businesses on TikTok that George and I will take you through. First and foremost, on TikTok, you need to turn it up. Like Johan mentioned, basically TikTok is a full screen experience and with sound on. More than 81% of our users watch TikTok videos with sound on, and 100% of our auction ads, so our paid advertising, has sound in it. So hit the right note, keep the beat going, and don't be afraid to increase that volume and sizzle it up. Just imagine that video without sound. It really has no story. It doesn't say much. And then the sound makes a whole difference. So you can't see a steak without the sizzle. The sound is a very important element for storytelling on TikTok. And of course, built for full screen. It's a full screen experience that allows you to occupy 9 times what a horizontal format allows you to occupy, and 4 times the display area compared to horizontal videos. So keep your phone up whenever you're shooting content. Make sure your content is thumb stopping by adding within the first frames and few seconds the key message that you want everyone to stop on and switch it up. So here's an example of how much you can extend your cheese code thanks to vertical videos. I'll now leave it to George to continue building.
Everyone's here, so let's get some Chipotle. Hey, Lexi. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, this video played early. So yeah, with the third golden rule, basically it is tapping into the right talent for your content on the platform. We saw that 53% actually of the videos with the highest view rate and that performed the best usually featured a TikTok creator. And that's how much a creator can be a key element for your brand. And whenever you want to work with a certain creator, you need to make sure that you keep it real and raw. These guys, they have a certain identity on the platform and style, and it's really important for your content to match this, as this is what the audience is used to see. A great example of this is what Chipotle did with Zach King. So we all know Zach King and the type of content that he produced with the magic tricks and all of that. And what they did is they managed to promote their Chipotle dish, the fact that they're doing a free delivery, and obviously to drive business results, they redirected people to the website where you can order. And actually the results were great. They saw around a 1.1% click-through rate to the delivery website. Sorry.
Everyone's here, so let's get some Chipotle. Hey, Lexi. Hey, buddy, want a kid's meal? Yeah. Here you go. Oh, hey, pass me. Go back over there. Go along. I'm moving a minute. It's You good? Everyone's here.
Cool. Next is popular trends. So basically, on TikTok, what we have seen is that new trends and cultures are created and appear on a daily basis. So it's very important for brands and advertisers to take on a reactive approach and ride the waves of those trends. So actually around 21% of the videos with the highest view-through rate leverage popular trends or effects or music that you can find on the platform itself. And one of the great examples is the McDonald's one that you can see here in France, where they leverage this duet meme that was going viral to promote their McFirst menu. Cool. Now going into, since we shared the few of the golden rules actually to create great content on TikTok, we're going to let you know basically what are the three ingredients to make sure that you take your business on TikTok to the next level. So first, from an organic standpoint, you need to make sure that you have a business account on the platform where content is being published on a continuous basis and you're building your community and your audience base. The second one is make sure that you're working with creators. So creators who can become part of your ecosystem, whether you leverage them from your own pool of influencers you work with, or the creator marketplace, which is one of TikTok's solutions launching at the end of this year, where you can connect with creator basically just as simple as a click of a button. And finally, and most importantly, in order to achieve your business objective, you need to use paid media. So you need to achieve them through paid peaks, and make sure that your content is being pushed on user feeds and you are leveraging actually TikTok's paid solutions. So we offer, when it comes to our solution, I'm talking about basically our paid solution, we offer a suite of seamless and simple solutions that will help you achieve your goals. So from the top of the funnel with awareness-oriented campaigns, all the way down to your conversion and performance campaign. So we offer branding solution where you can create your own asset and as well co-create leveraging the TikTok community of creators, as well to performance solutions that allow you to drive business results, starting with your shallow goals, whether it's just driving traffic to your website or having an app install campaign, to more deep goals like fulfilling an order or an app event like signups or registering. And in addition to that, our auction solution that we offer actually allow you to set up different campaigns catering to your different objective, all while leveraging our targeting capabilities. And given that we are a mobile platform, our app install campaigns are one of the best performing solutions. So it integrates seamlessly with different mobile partners like Adjust and Coachava and deliver great results when it comes to app install, as well as driving more deep funnel objective like registrations and orders. And finally, the final golden rule, and it's the most important, is actually don't make ads, make TikToks. So, and here we have several tools and accessible solutions for you that will help you in actually making TikToks and not ads. Whether it's on the TikTok app itself and the fact that you can edit your video just as simply as on your phone, to our auction dashboard that offer different insight, to the TikTok creators and our community. So just as a few key guidelines to when you create assets on the platform, you need to make sure that your ads are short, sweet. We recommend around 12 to 15 seconds at length. You need to create content that is recognizable, replicable, and allows for imitation. And a great example of that is this KFC example here. So we all know that during COVID-19, a lot of restaurants had to close, they had to shut down their store. And once it was time for them to reopen again, they leveraged a fan-created meme on the platform itself of a home-cooked KFC meal. And they used the song All By Myself of Celine Dion just to set the mood there, showcasing how much they missed the place. So what they did is they followed this meme with mouth-watering shots of the KFC bucket and all of that, saying that they're back, they'll take it from there. And then at the end, of course, going back to your business objective, they redirected users to Deliveroo, where you can actually order your KFC meal. And this is the example. Cool. So just here, we wanted to showcase actually a case study. I'm going back to what my colleagues were saying about the fact that everything on TikTok works together to drive real business results for your brand. This is a success story from Panera Bread's Coffee in the US. What they wanted to do is they wanted to highlight their subscription service and establish themselves as a preferred coffee partner. So what they did, they launched a hashtag challenge or a challenge on TikTok where they invited users to show their hashtag after my coffee reactions. And what happens, millions of users actually responded, and the results were really amazing, not just from your normal media metrics, as in the views that were delivered or how many engagement the assets got, but also when it comes to brand metrics. As you can see here, the results were around a 13.6% lift in awareness, 18.2% in preference, and 23.8% ad recall. This is just to stress on the fact that our solution not just help you drive your normal media metric, but as well uplift your brand.
Sip, 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 sip it on that.
Cool. Now that you've heard from us, I think it's time to hear from one of our creators. Alex, over to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, hello everyone. Good morning. So I'm Alex. I'm a food blogger from Dubai. I've actually worked in the food industry myself. I come from a long line of chefs. So my grandfather was a chef, my father was a chef, and I worked in the kitchen for 4 or 5 years back in the UK. So I know how rewarding it can be, but it's obviously not without its challenges. So I think around when the COVID restrictions came in place, I noticed a lot of the brands that I loved started to struggle a bit. I noticed some handwritten notes in the takeaway orders thanking customers for business. So I wanted to do my part to actually contribute back. I can talk about food all day, every day. So I thought, why not do some reviews of my favorite places and post it on social and see if I can help create awareness. Since the end of August, I've managed to grow an audience of around 20,000 followers on TikTok and about 7.5 on Instagram. And I can say 100% the success in such a short period of time has been predominantly down to TikTok, and I'll show you why. So these are 3 of my top performing posts. You can see they reached anywhere from 200,000 to 400,000 people, which for me, in terms of trying to engage with a new audience, is absolutely massive. Obviously, I use likes as a metric of engagement, but more importantly is the comments. So I have 500, 600 comments that I actually do my best to respond to every time, just elaborating on the food, how much did it cost, where can you find the restaurant, and encouraging people to go down and try the food themselves. And I don't necessarily compare TikTok to Instagram. I think they're 2 very different platforms, but you can see how the post performed on Instagram compared to TikTok. I now tell every single person I come across to get onto TikTok and get on it quickly. My older sister actually has an e-commerce business, and I got a text message from her this morning. One of my videos just got 10,000 views and I just got an order this morning. I'm so impressed. And that same post got 16 likes on Instagram. So she's over the moon, and I really would encourage you guys to start using it as soon as you can. Now, content is very important, and within the food industry, I think there's kind of 4 main types of content that you can use. It's definitely what I use. So with TikTok, you really do have to create like an engaging hook. That first 3 seconds is vital. So what I found is a really simple way to do this is any guesses what we're making. So this was an example I done with Bagel Yard. We filmed the entire process from rolling my bagels all the way through to toasting them in the oven. And when you think of how many menu items that you have, I would do one of those videos for every single menu item that you have. It's really simple to do, and it does hook people in. And people also want to see their food being prepared. The next one, I've got a word for it. There's also glorification of food. This is an example taken from the Dubai List, who's another blogger in Dubai. She's does a great example of this, working with Burger 28. So this was a 2-story burger covered in Cheetos, dunked in a massive pot of melted cheese sauce. I mean, who's going to scroll past that? It's wow, it's eye-catching. And I'm speaking from experience, you click on the profile, you do want to see more, and the views are up in the hundreds of thousands. The next one is jumping on trends. So when you go on that Discover page, you will see hashtags that are trending. If you can find anyone's related to food, really do try and get involved. This is one I done with Encounter Coffee for National Coffee Day. So from roasting the bean right through to the finished product. I think within the first 2-3 days, it had somewhere around 150,000 views, which the client was absolutely ecstatic about. And then finally, an area that I spend a lot of my time is in brand stories and food reviews. So I'll actually go to restaurants that I love. I'll record the ambience, I'll have a few dishes, I'll give my rating, my review of the food, and then I'll do a 90-second summary on TikTok of where to go. The good thing is it allows me to kind of talk a bit more about the brands themselves, the history of why the restaurant got started, the faces behind the brand, and people really do love to hear that and kind of connect with those brands. Now, the things that you need to know that I've learned in that short time of using it, number one, TikTok is not a dancing platform. It may have been what it was popularized with to start, but the platform is constantly changing and evolving. Every day I go on it, I see completely new content. I think back to when I first started using Twitter. I remember doing @Alex Augusti as going to the cinema with his friends. You look at it now, it's the main source for breaking news. So TikTok is adapting, and you have to get on it quick to kind of understand where it's going. The second thing I hear is that it's only a young demographic. That's also not true. I can speak from my personal experience. I get the majority of my invitations to collaborate and work with brands from my videos on TikTok. And having spoken to brand owners, the reason is because people like yourselves are trying to understand, what is TikTok? How do I use it? And how can I leverage it to help my business? So you really do need to start using it. And besides, the demographic, if it is younger on TikTok, then it is expat professionals like myself coming from the UK. We're not paying tax. We've got a bit more spending power. So really do get your food in front of these customers. The first thing that I started to do, and I know everyone is going to be guilty of it, is trying to convert your TikTok followers over to Instagram. You don't need to do it. It's two very separate platforms. Don't put another roadblock into that purchasing cycle. Put your link in your bio. It's very simple. People know how links work. They'll be redirected to your website. I actually work with ChatFood, so I have a link to a clip platform, which I'll speak about in a moment. So as soon as I do a post, I can encourage people to click the link, go and order the food. And it's been really effective so far. And finally, the amount of time you're going to waste trying to make the perfect video, you just need to start making content. The first video I put on, I got 150 views. The second had 200. The third had 88,000. You really don't know what's going to work. You just have to create content and create it consistently. Now, things you definitely need to do, I spoke about it earlier, jumping on trends. Have a look at that Discover page, see what's relevant to your industry, make 2-3 videos, because you never know which ones are going to go viral. When it comes to posting, it's not like platforms like Instagram. You can post 2 to 3 times a day. There is so much content on TikTok. If you see the same videos coming up a few times, people really don't mind. And it also allows you to increase your chances of getting a viral video to reach a bigger audience. You can also leverage influencers. So I know the statistics said average viewing time is around an hour. I can say for sure I spend way more than that each day on TikTok, but that allows me to understand the trends. I can kind of see what's kind of trending in the industry. So if you're unsure on how to use the platform, reach out to some influencers, co-create some content yourselves. And it's a really good way to work with the industry. And then finally, if you're really not sure of what TikTok is, I encourage you to download the app, create an account, and sit on your sofa and just scroll through the videos. After 3-4 days, I can guarantee you'll start to understand how TikTok works, and you can start getting some ideas on content you can create. And finally, the reason I've actually partnered with ChatFood. So during COVID, I heard that a lot of the food aggregator platforms were charging quite high commissions to restaurants. I spoke with a few restaurant owners, and they said that it was an aspect that they unfortunately couldn't avoid. ChatFood, however, I know aren't charging commissions to restaurants. I thought it was a perfect partnership for myself, and they've kindly built me this clip platform. So whenever I go to a restaurant, if I love it, if I really want to get behind it, I'll include it on that clip platform. So as soon as I do the post, I can redirect people to go and try the food, order it straight through the platform itself. And for me as a blogger, I can also measure how many transactions and how much has been spent from my posts. So it gives me a tangible way to see how much money I'm actually saving clients, and also to show that my posts are doing a bit more to give back to the industry. Of course, if you've got any questions, if you need any help with TikTok, understanding it, please reach out to me at JustFoodDXB on TikTok and on Instagram. Thanks, guys. I think I will now pass it over.
Ooh. Rana, there we go. So Rana, you just got to unmute. I've sent you a little ping.
Okay. Hi everyone. So now that we've spent a couple of sections talking about the relevance and the power of TikTok, I just want to shift gears a bit to talk about how easy it is to use our TikTok for Business platform and some of the support models that we are offering SMBs. To begin with, there is no better place for an SMB to advance and supercharge their business than on TikTok. And in addition to everything that my colleagues and Alex have mentioned, I just want to talk quickly about some of the benefits that you're going to instantly find on TikTok. First, our self-serve business platform is really fast and easy to use. And we've also understand that the main challenge usually when you look at advertising is how do we start creating it? But we've created an easy set and a very wide range of tools to help you just do that. You have full control over your budget and you have a massive reach and easy to measure and drive results for your campaigns. In addition to all of this, you have a partner in us, and we are really truly hoping to partner up with you in order to support your businesses. We truly believe that SMBs are the backbone of the MENAT economy, and we really want to do our part in supporting that, specifically now that the past year has been incredibly difficult. So globally, we have launched our Back to Business program, and we were giving back $100 million in ad credit to support businesses get on their feet. This is a program that is still available to everyone, and you can completely start tapping into that right now. I'd be very happy to support and talk to you guys offline about this. But in addition to this, we are creating even more programs that will kick off in December to also support in your business needs. What we've seen so far is that many of the businesses are already tapping into that. We have over 50,000 SMBs already registering, and they're using TikTok to discover new ways to create with their target audiences. But it's not only about that. Even creating the ad campaigns, as I've mentioned, is completely easy. The TikTok for Business platform has been created thinking about entrepreneurs and small and medium business owners just the same, because we understand that what you guys need is an easy way to create, manage, and control your ads in a way that's going to allow you to achieve all of your objectives in a very easy way. I'm just going to shift gears to show you a quick video on
Trying to turn your boring ads into TikToks? Don't sweat it. Our self-serve creative tools are about to make your life a whole lot easier. We have 3 main tools to help you create engaging TikToks. For one, there's our video template tool. Remember, TikTok is a video first and only platform. But if you don't have a video in place, don't worry, we can create a video for you. All you need is photo assets, text, and logos. And for sound, we've got our smart video soundtrack. You have your TikTok-style video in place, now it's time for some music. If you haven't decided on a soundtrack yet, we can help you out with a choice of over 900 pieces of high-quality copyrighted music for free. And for editing, optimizing, or scaling your ads, there's the Smart Video tool. Need help editing or optimizing your video? All you have to do is upload 1 or more pictures and videos, and the Smart Video tool will use artificial intelligence to automatically analyze your assets. Choose clips and music, and generate multiple versions of beautifully edited videos for you to test. A few tips to keep in mind before you get started. Your creatives should be high quality, have as little text as possible, and be consistent with your brand as well as the products and services on your website. And remember, it's best to keep testing between diverse creatives until you find the best performing one. You'll be able to generate precise, comprehensive, and customized reports to fully assess the performance of individual creatives, ads, and campaigns across metrics and objectives, all in one place. And that's all you need to know to up your brand's creative game on TikTok.
So just like that, we've spoken about the support so far and some of the programs that we're launching, but also a big mandate for us is to understand what's going on in our region and also create products that are going to help along the way. So one of the biggest things that we've noticed is that Arabic content is really massive, pretty much driven by millennials and Gen Z. So most of the advertising on TikTok in the region has been 80% Arabic content. It's become evident to us that we need Arabic tools. So very happy to say that we've launched our TikTok for Business in Arabic to really bring that localized experience and help our advertisers create a seamless and fun experience. That way, you can easily tap into all of the tools that we have, the free music library, the creative tools to start creating TikToks. And do that in a very cost-efficient way, because ads and getting your brand message out there should not cost you your home or liver. So with that, we're also going to be launching a TikTok for business in Turkish, so watch that space and keep an eye out on all the programs that we're going to be launching to support you and your business needs. I'm going to give the floor back to Raz on this note to talk to you about a high example of Burger 28 and what they've done and to succeed on our platform.
Thank you very much for that, Rana. So yes, as mentioned, I'm going to be speaking on behalf of Alex from Burger 28. So I'm going to tell you the story of how Burger 28 make the most of TikTok business and drive more direct orders with their ChatFood partnership. So a little bit about the brand. This is Alex, and he's a former vegetarian, but he had a burger one day and he started Burger 28, and now they serve these huge giant burgers. So I think it's quite a funny story, and it ties in nicely to their strategy because they're a very strong brand, and part of this is driving their own direct orders, their brand presence. So what is their strategy? Well, first, it helps that their food is quite social worthy, right? So their food is something that people want to share, something that people want to take images and videos of. So they get a lot of traffic to their direct platform that way, purely because people are sharing their food. Second is they're taking videos at every single opportunity. So thanks to TikTok's very easy to use video creation tools, it's super easy for them to create a video whenever something comes out of the kitchen. So as mentioned, their food is very picturesque. So as soon as anything comes out of the kitchen, that's an opportunity for them to take a video directly from their mobile phone and edit it and add the effects that TikTok has become known for. And then third, they'll then take this content and shout about it on all of their channels, right? So again, because their ChatFood ordering system is a link, it works on every social media platform and the web and SMS. So as soon as they've got something to share, they'll shout about it wherever they can. But they began to notice something on TikTok. Give me 1 second. They created this. And they saw a huge 650,000 plus views on TikTok versus a similar piece of content on Instagram where they saw only 150,000, and these are the best performing videos between each platform. So this translates to a 4.5 times reach that they found on TikTok, even though they have more followers on Instagram. And this it wasn't a fluke, it wasn't a one-time thing. Their videos consistently cross 100K views on TikTok. And again, this is huge for getting the word out about them. And it certainly helps that TikTok is there to help them with common challenges that many of you might be facing. So they need to get their brand out there. Well, Instagram nowadays has become saturated. There's so many people on the platform. It's difficult to get the same kind of organic reach on Instagram now as it is on TikTok. As TikTok is newer, now is the time to get on and start getting the word out organically. Too many of you might be finding that you're not reaching the right audience. So TikTok does have a diverse audience, but it's particularly focused on younger people. And these are the people whom are most accustomed to engaging with paid social marketing and might be the most likely to convert. And then finally, for people that don't have the resources for very complex content, TikTok's advanced video creation tools really help with this. And it makes it super easy. Again, every time something comes out of the kitchen, that's a chance for them to take a video and edit it. And the videos are very entertaining. I encourage you to visit their profile and give them a watch. Now, where ChatFood comes in, on the back of all of this increased brand awareness, increased engagement, getting the word out, with ChatFood, you can put your link in your TikTok bio as well as everywhere else. So the customer journey is they view the content, so they discover the content. Second is they visit the profile and they can follow you and to see future content. And then finally, they just click the link in the bio and it's going to go directly to their ChatFood menu, and they can place an order from within the platform. And again, the customer doesn't have to download another app. They can order it straight away. And the results of this partnership from using TikTok to drive these increased views as well as the other social channels is they've seen a 300% increase in direct orders. It starts with great content. So with the TikTok video editor, they can shoot and create that great content. The word then gets around, everyone starts to hear about it. People create a relationship with this brand. And then when they're ready to order, they simply click the link in the bio. And with 3-step ordering, the food's there in no time. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I certainly learned a lot and I thought it was a great time. We had a couple of questions and I believe we have a little bit of time. So if I can just get the chat up. So Jochen, I'm just going to unmute you.
On a wrap-up note, allow us or stick with us for another couple of minutes. We want to wrap up the session and we are cognizant that in the Q&A function of Zoom, there were a few questions. So we're going to collectively try to address those. But before that, a summary of what we've just seen and what we've talked about. So we kicked off on an introductory note, Raz introducing the value proposition of ChatFood as a viable solution to food players and downstream players in the MENA ecosystem to automate your customer channels and to drive retention and loyalty and to do that in a very cost-efficient manner to restaurants. I tried following with our key equity and value proposition as TikTok, and you may recall that TikTok is predominantly about joy, that the positivity of the platform has created a huge stickiness of our audience to TikTok. And with that, what other area than food would be a more joyful area to talk about in detail? Which led to Leah and George refining the value proposition to you as restaurant owners of all sizes and emphasizing the importance of how to create the right content, how important it is to rely on the sizzle reel, on the audio, on existing trends, jumping on those in an agile manner, on teaming up with talent, and finishing with the full suite of our ad solutions. On the notion of talent, it was great to have one of our partners in the creation space in the room. And I think Alex managed to pretty much echo what Leah and George had talked about. So it's great to hear this firsthand on how these different ways of creating the right content work for a creator in the food space. And also, thank you, Alex, for demystifying some of the common perceptions about TikTok, our audience, and the way restaurants should use our platform. We shifted then over to Rana, just to emphasize, mindful that we have restaurants and creators of different sizes on the call, and some of our biggest customers, that run large chain of restaurants, but we also have a lot of attendees that are not quite as mature yet, or that are smaller in size. And I think Rana emphasized how important these clients are to us. The programs that we build in the region in order to work closer with smaller and mid-sized enterprises. And I think Rana showcased in the video, even though it didn't have sound, apologies for that, but you saw a bit of an intro on how easy it is to sign up to the platform, to create a business account, and to ultimately use TikTok for your professional ways of creating exposure beyond the organic content. And then last but definitely not least, Raz did a great job of representing a other element in our ecosystem of partners. So this time a restaurant, and showcasing what sort of results these enormous amount of exposures that we're driving lead on the ordering side. So you recall the 3x in order results triggered by the ChatFood proposition in digitizing and automating the ordering system, and built in combination with that with TikTok's audience and the engagement around the content of that restaurant. With that, I think I'm left to say the thank yous. And first of all, thanks to the partnerships that we've experienced here across the board. As TikTok with ChatFood, with Alex and his @JustFoodDXB handle, So it's always great, I think, to you as an audience, if you get different perspectives on one topic from different entities in an ecosystem. And first and foremost, also a big thank you to you for spending time with TikTok on this Thursday morning. From the comments that came through the chat, we derive the session was of added value. We also derive that there is some questions that maybe we didn't have the chance to answer now. We did display our email addresses with each title slide. And first and foremost, the recording of the session is available on the ChatFood website and the TikTok Business Hub. So for refreshers or to recall any key elements of our presentation, please head there. I think with that, I want to close right on time. Thanks again for your attendance. Thanks for your engagement. And we hope to stay connected to all of you and have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.